Contenders. Contenders with Hanwha Chemical. 3 challengers remain. They've survived a harrowing 4 weeks of competitions. The first week, Song Jung-hyun scored high points during the quiz, while some of the others weren't as fortunate.
Lame duck.
And then the second challenge.
Over the counter, you can actually get an easy access to it, right?
Jung-won
So why
outshone
are you
her peers in the
to
debate.
Where they sell it? Probably have the time when you really need drugs, but you couldn't go anywhere.
Debates were followed by team presentations.
Sure, same thing.
Idea of eco-friendly.
평창.
Ranked first for the presentations were Jung-hyun and Jung-won. However, the journey remained bumpy for Lee Ho-seok.
I really don't understand what you mean.
We're trying to promote what Hanwha Chemical is in China. It'll be much easier for us to dealing with.
Also, congratulations.
Ho-seok survived thanks to his logical
His way of
response.
defending was very good.
Next came Missions Week. The competition started getting physical. The missions had all the contestants scrambling. The 3 to pass on to the final week. First to pass, Song Jung-hyun.
Great, optimistic, and great enthusiastic. And congratulations, Jung-won.
Second to pass, Choi Jung-won.
It seems like the born characteristics. Ho-seok.
Third to pass,
Congratulations.
Lee Ho-seok. The final battle will commence on today's Contenders. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Contenders. I'm Min Jung Kim.
Yes, thank you for turning in to us today, and you're in for a treat on this last episode with Hanwha.
PJ, I can't believe a month has flown by. If you remember the first week that they were here for the quizzes, they were a little timid, they were nervous, they didn't know what was going on. But when you saw them last week, they were all pros. You know, I don't know how to say this without sounding corny, but I feel like a mother seeing the children grow up.
You know what, it's true, because when they first come out, they're the first time most of them have ever been on TV. And so the lights and the heat and just the pressure of knowing that you're on TV is there. And the second show's a little bit more, and the third show you start seeing them come out, especially when you see them on their missions. And this last show is really, now they've become adults, if you will, going on your example.
And I look forward to seeing what they have in store for us. Let's invite the final 3 contestants. Contenders, come on out.
Welcome back. This is the final show. You've been successful going through the first 3 rounds, and now you're in here for the 4th round. And we will say goodbye to 2 of you and congratulations to 1 of you today. Jung-won, you have your blue on again. Is that purposely blue, or is that a mistake?
Half, I guess.
Half and half.
And maybe, I just like this shirt, plus it was blue, so it was good.
Well, great. Well, Jung-hyun, you've made it here to the final round. Yes, did you see yourself this happening? Or is this like, okay, I did make it?
I try my best, and I'm always confident about myself. But of course, it's competition, and they're outstanding contenders. So the second, I thought I might not be here, but I'm here.
But you're here.
And Ho-seok, is there a particular event that happened in your life that's helped you become the man you are today?
Well, as a Korean guy, I would say definitely a military life is.
Military life.
Yes.
All right. How do you think it's helped you?
Well, I was having only like 4 hours sleep for my first 1 year because I had to get accustomed to new environment and the new work I have to get done. But it was pretty good experience for me to know how the real life is like. So I guess having those opportunity for me and another opportunity that I had in Chicago working as a cultural assistant for about 5 months, it will definitely help me to be a next member of Hanwha Chemical.
Well, I shouldn't have asked him to elaborate. If you ask Korean men about his military life, they can go on and on. Well, there are only 3 of you left, and after today's show, there will only be one winner. And to help us make that tough decision, we've invited a panel of judges, and here they are. We have Mr. Kim Young-se, the founder and CEO of InnoDesign, which was established in Silicon Valley. Welcome. President and CEO of Hanwha Chemical, Mr. Hong Gi-jun. Welcome to the program. And Professor Song Se-ryun, an international lawyer and law professor at Kyunghee University. Thank you for joining us. President Hong, is there a particular characteristic or trait that you particularly look for in a Hanwha Chemical employee?
Well, Hanwha Chemical used to be a typical petrochemical company. And now we have a new vision to be a global leader, global chemical leader in the world. Now we are expanding our business field from Korea to global, and from petrochemical to new tech business such as solar, bio, nano, and secondary battery. It is not an easy way to reach our goal. There are many hurdles and difficulties. So I expect new employee, new recruit to this company must have challenging spirit, can-do spirit. That must be the case. Thank you.
All right, contenders, I'm sure you've made a mental note of that. Show your personalities. Let your personality shine. And today you have another group of judges to impress, and there are 30 staff members from Hanwha Chemical. Welcome to the program. All right, without further ado, it's time now to get started with the final round. Let's get started. There's a total of 3 challenges in the final week, and after the second round, 1 of you will be eliminated and only 2 will remain. And this time we've introduced a new segment, and PJ will tell us a little about that.
This is a new segment that we've implemented into this 4th round, and we give the contenders 3 minutes to explain who they are and what they're all about, and really, Hanwha, this is why you need to hire me. And so before we'll give them a little time to talk, but this time they actually get 3 minutes to show, and they can do anything they want.
All right, well, I look forward to seeing what you've got for us. Changhyun, we'll start with you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I've heard this task was to show myself. And I thought first about dancing or singing. But that's not me. That's just dancing and singing. I wanted to show about myself. How? From my baby pictures, from the present. Because this Contenders is a competition for Hanwha Chemical to pick future employee. So I want you guys to enjoy the show and think about hiring me. I hope you guys have fun. Thank you.
See the stone set in your eyes. See the thorn twist in your side. I'll wait for you. Sleight of hand and twist of fate. On a bed of nails she makes me wait. And I wait without you, with or without you, with or without you. Through the storm we reach the shore. You give
Did everyone enjoy the show, the video? Now you guys know about me. All I can say is that I have my own values too. At the first video, you guys have seen dedication, challenge, motivation. And the other thing is selfless service and honor. And last of all, happiness. I want to work with you guys as a good employer, as like a brother and a family. It's on your hands. I hope you guys make good choice. Thank you very much.
All right, that was Changhyun's life in 3 minutes. Let's take a look at Chongwon's life in 3 minutes.
So I was thinking what expressed myself the best in 3 minutes, and the first thing that popped up in my head was music. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about music and myself. Well, first of all, I can't even imagine my life without it, because I've been listening to music since I was in my mother's womb, and probably because of an influence of my father, who is a great musician. And music has originality, novelty, creativity, and delicacy, which all represents me very well, I think. So until now, I've shown you the cheerful and bright side. So today, through these pieces I'm going to play, I want you to see the serious and delicate side of me. So the first extract I'm going to play is from Chopin's Etude, Opus 25, number 11. And the second piece is very important to me. It's a theme song from a Korean drama called 모래시계, which was aired probably about 10 to 20 years ago, I think. And this piece is actually composed by my father. So whenever I listen or play this song, I can feel my father's passion for his music and his work, and also his emotion. So through this piece, now I want you to share his emotion and passion. If I can work it with you guys at Hanwha Chemical, I want to be a person just like music. Thank you.
I don't know if you know, but 모래시계 was a very famous Korean drama that aired in 1995. So those of us who remember this drama in the audience were all in tears. It was a very moving story. But thank you, Jungwon. Let's hear from Hosok.
쇼 끝이 없는 열정 끊임없는 변화와 역시 난 주인공일 거야 세상이라는 무대 위에 더 높게 나는 거야 끊임없는 도전의 정신 난 할 수 있을 거야 언제까지나 수많은 꿈을 안고 이 세상에 태어나 글로벌 인재를 꿈꾸며 하늘을 날아올랐어 곁들이 내려진 텅빈 교실 뒤편엔 고난좌절의 하루를 사는 내가 있던 거야 난 지켜봐줘 넌 모르는 멋진 내 모습은 난 다시 태어난 거야 이제 너에게 보여줄게 쇼 끝이 없는 열정 오늘도 난 달리는 거야 난 주인공일 거야 세상이라는 무대 위에 My dream 포기는 없는 거야 내가 만들어가는 거야 난 할 수 있을 거야 한화케미칼 나와 함께 Each member of Hanwha family is not afraid of any risk. I know you guys are all talented and bright people. I'm a member of your Hanwha Chemical. One day, please vote for me. Thank you.
That was an impressive performance by Hosok. The judges in the audience were all smiles. They were all enjoying themselves. But the judging panel, they were kind of stern-faced. You didn't like the performance? Judges, what did you think?
Well, enjoyed your performance. But let me ask you a question. Why did you not go to Superstar K?
I just wanted to show my passion for Hanwha Chemical. So that's why I chose singing.
Great. Thank you.
정원, I enjoy your performance very much. But one question. What message do you want to deliver to us? Now you are talking about business. Normally, music is soft, subtle, and delicate, and make us happy. But business is hard, heavy, and make us stressed. How do you connect this one, music and business?
Well, because Hanwha and Hanwha Chemical is a big company, and you work with, I don't know how many people exactly, but like much more than hundreds, I'm pretty sure. And I just said, I want to be a person just like music. And I actually pointed out what music has that represents me, which is originality, delicacy, novelty, and creativity. I can use my creativity, and I also like to challenge myself. And I personally think that music has all the different challenges. Even today's performance was a challenge to me, because I haven't played piano in 5 years, and that was like my long time practice. So that was another challenge, and I think it fits well in working in an organization.
Jang-hyun.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. I just took exception to your title that you gave to your presentation. Unexpected challenges, a series of unexpected challenges. Basically, if I can oversimplify, you went to school at young age in Hong Kong. You went to another school in Hong Kong and learned English. And you joined the army, joined the Katusa, probably because you can speak English.
Yes,
I get that you did well in those schools, but they're all in the programs. Everybody goes to school. Most men join the army. And when I saw that, what's so unexpected about that?
Oh, okay, sir. I have to say that when I was a kid, I had no choice. And the choice I took, I couldn't make choice, so that's unexpected. And let's talk about Katusa. No one thought that business students be a medic. The business students use pen, not the scalpel. Watching the blood and all the things, surgeries. I did vasectomy, which is in Korean 정관수술 for U.S. soldiers, and I did lipoma, which is 지방종. But the important thing is that I could move. I could tell my senior that I'm not used to blood, and I could just move. But the reason that I didn't do it is because I represent Korea. I wanted to show U.S. soldiers that even though there is any hardship, I could go through it.
Okay, Hosok, I have one question. You have different approach to express you from other two candidates. They are trying to express themselves who they are, but you showed your commitment, showing some material of the company. So, do you have any item to add who you are at this moment?
Well, at this moment, as you guys could see from the back screen, there was my whole life was back there. And just like Jung-hyun did, I grew up in Korea. I was living in Korea for my whole life, but I had only 5 years of foreign studying at the Chicago Different University. So that would be me first. And secondly, to advance myself, I went to military service, which I didn't have to really, because my family was about to immigrate to America. But I kept myself in the position and said, well, I'm a Korean. I don't want to be American. I want to be living I want to live in Korea, and a global leader in Korea. And then I could go to America or Mexico, Europe, just be a global pioneer in my future. So, this is me. For now, in this given short amount of time, it's not enough to show myself 100%, but I would say I'd like to be a member of Hanwha Chemical one day and be a global pioneer, also challenger.
All right. The first challenge is now over, and the three contenders all took different approaches to express themselves. And we'll see what the judges and Hanwha Chemical employees think. After you deliberate, please punch in your numbers.
Junghyun's performance?
Junghyun's performance, his life is full of energy, and that's what makes his life competitive.
Prepare for like 2 days. Maybe judges might not like it because they don't know how much efforts I have put it into.
I couldn't do any better, I think, because I was too nervous to do better.
I think I put my best. The future is not like 100% as expected.
All right, the scores are in. They have been added up, and it's time now to reveal the scores. Please show us the scores on the screen. All right, congratulations. Junghyun, you have the highest score at 83, followed by Hosok at 77, and Jungwon, you have the least score at 72.
Junghyun?
Yes?
You got the highest score. Why do you think the judges, and once again, this isn't just the three, this is all of the employees too, had a vote. Why do you think you got the highest?
They must have liked me. That's the answer, yeah. Maybe the characteristic and the images and the points that I want to point out, maybe that was what Hanwha Chemical wanted for their employee.
Jungwon, do you think your passion for music did not translate well over to that side of the room?
Maybe I only showed my passion. Maybe I didn't show exactly what. And when I saw the actual presentation with both of their lives, I thought that was a great idea. So maybe I could have done something with my video too, and then relate that to that.
Of course, the ranks may all change over the course of the next challenges in today's showdown. Let's move on to the second challenge. After the second challenge, we will have our first elimination today. We will add up the scores from the first 2 rounds, and the person with the lowest score will be eliminated. So what are we doing for the second round, PJ?
The second round will be unique, and again give them the opportunity to show their creativity and who they are, and maybe a little passionate as well. And we're going to show you up on the screen what that task is, and then I'll explain a little bit more. There it is. It's create an ad embodying Hanwha Chemical in many different ways. And creating an ad can be very challenging. And what's interesting with Hanwha Chemical, it's normally a B2B business, where it's business to business as opposed to consumers. But this one in particular, we had you do it for the consumer market, to explain who Hanwha is.
We look forward to some fresh ideas. Changhyun, let's go with you first.
Okay. Okay, now here the question goes. Hanwha Chemicals hide and seek. Look in the room and guess what products contains Hanwha Chemical. And the answer is the main purpose of this ad is to make people, the public, about Hanwha Chemical. In the round 3, I went to Hanwha Eagles baseball stadium, and I asked many people if they know Hanwha Chemical. They know Hanwha Chemical, but they don't know what Hanwha Chemical does. So I had to come up with the idea that I'm gonna put Hanwha Chemical closely related with their daily life. If you look at the picture, it is bedroom. A bedroom is a place where you can relax, and there's toys and all your stuff. People doesn't know that paints or EVA, shoe sole, are made from Hanwha Chemical. I have chose kind of pretty picture to make the public to feel friendly for Hanwha Chemical. And also, since they have a doll, toys, and it's like cozy and happy place, I made the copy hide and seek so that the customers can think once more. This ad might not attract people from kind of far away, but like a subway or where you're just standing, people will see and they'll think about it one more time and look at the answer and see Hanwha Chemicals all around you. Everything, not everything, but most of things can contain or containing Hanwha Chemical. From this ad, I want publics to know what Hanwha Chemical Company is doing and learn the benefits that Hanwha Chemical is doing for our country and the customer. Thank you very much.
I like how you brought together a cozy room where you want to snuggle in with Hanwha Chemical. I think it's a great idea. Judges, do you agree?
I agree, but I don't know how this going to increase the awareness of the brand, especially for consumer market. So, what is your solution to that task? I'm still not sure based on what I read from your proposal.
I made a task for letting all the publics know about Hanwha Chemical, not to consumers. But so I'm trying to say that everything around us can be affected by Hanwha Chemical. And as you can see, I put the logo because not many consumers know about Hanwha logo. And then I put the Hanwha Chemicals all around you, and Hanwha Chemicals hide and seek kind of rhyme. I wanted to make it friendly because when we think about chemical, for me as a business student, I think about acid and science. But when we look into picture, the blankets, the carpets, the wall, paints, everything's Hanwha Chemical. That's what I tried to show.
Okay, thank you. I think your answer is better than my question.
Thank you very much.
Great answer.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, judges, for the sharp remarks. Jungwon, you're up next.
Okay, so my main focus and idea was on eco-friendliness and the global trend that everyone's trying to make the eco-friendly products in the society. So first you see a tree chair, it's a growing tree chair. And I tried to find an image that conveys the meaning of eco-friendliness and something that has a life to it. And I thought this was a good picture. Because first of all, the green and the tree actually represents nature and also the eco-friendly society. And also the fact that tree is a living thing and is growing, I thought that it also represents growing dream of Hanwha Chemical and what they're dreaming for. That's why I put those 5 main pictures of main industries that Hanwha is doing these days at the root of the tree, which also represents that Hanwha is at the root of Hanwha is at the root of growing a green future. And I just wanted to make it simple, and I thought that I got this assignment as to show people, normal people as well as everyone, to show people what Hanwha Chemical actually does. So try to make it simple, the tree and the segment and the colors and the symbolic mark on the bottom and the logo, so that it shows clearly what Hanwha Chemical is. Thank you.
It looks very interesting and very beautiful, graphically. But I still don't understand how do you relate that tree to the chemical company.
Well, tree, as I told you, I wanted to use as a symbolic to the eco-friendliness. And I know that it's a global trend. I know chemical is actually a very important industry in Hanwha Chemicals. That's why I also put the picture of the factory at the first. But I thought more important, I put more focus on the green and the nature and the eco-friendliness to be a global trend. And I wanted to show people that Hanwha is a participant, a leading participant, and can be a leader in this category. And I wanted to convey that meaning into a growing tree. As I said, maybe growing dreams also. That's why I chose that slogan also.
Well, at this moment, I'd like to remind you of what is petrochemical industry. Petrochemical industry is basically an eco-friendly industry. Without petrochemical industry, we cannot maintain the kind of trees on Earth. So we call petrochemical industry, but it is very essential and eco-friendly industry. Jong-won, your approach is very creative. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Job well done, Jong-won. Let's give Jong-won a big hand. Last but not least, let's hear from Ho-seok.
In no solar high enough, Hanwha Chemical takes control of solar energy. That's the future we have right now. But Hanwha has chosen the solar energy business as its new engine for growth. Our vision is to become global leader in the solar industry by 2020, in delivering complete solar solutions to address climate change, energy depletion, and energy disparity, and also energy security on a global scale. And in the middle, this image shows the Hanwha Chemical's plan to create value within the solar industry by developing a revolutionary business model based on vertical integration of the entire process chain, from upstream businesses, which should be polysilicon, ingot, wafer, cell, module, to downstream business, which should be solar power plant project development and construction, operation, and management. With this vertically integrated system, we reduce our reliance on third-party suppliers to mitigate supply risks and better ensure our products' integrity. Again, in no solar high enough, Hanwha pursues the goal of providing truly alternative, sustainable, and affordable energy solution for all. Brighter tomorrow will be driven by Hanwha Chemical. Thank you.
This is an interesting one. I appreciate the thought that went into this, and there was obviously a lot of thought that went into it, and every one of them were so different. But I'm interested to see what the judges think. Dr. Song?
I think I like the graphic up on the left-hand side. And ain't no solar high enough. It's very, very catchy. But overall, though, it seems kind of busy. The graphic is, I didn't know where to kind of focus on extended period of time. Seems like I'm losing track or the inspiration I got from the graphic and the words. I think the message is there. The presentation is something too crowded.
Well, Hosok, the mission is how to increase the brand value of Hanwha Chemical. Now we are talking about Hanwha Solar. Do you change the name to Hanwha Solar from Hanwha Chemical?
Well, I thought it was a subsidiary company for the Hanwha Chemical, and now the Hanwha Chemical is focusing on their solar power business. I thought it would be a great idea to come up with a Hanwha Solar name under the name of the Hanwha Chemical.
Well, thank you, judges. I do have to give the contenders credit here. And it's very, very tough to create an ad for a company that already exists, and now you're trying to tell this company how good your ad will be, and you have critics that'll beat you up on every little point. And so I have to give them a big round of applause one more time.
All right, so we have heard and seen your ads from all the contenders, and the judges will now deliberate and punch in your scores. Judges, take your time.
Providing fully alternative, sustainable.
People doesn't know. I put more focus on the green.
I've come this far, but I'm here right now with other two people.
I took their critiques, and I will kind of develop myself again.
I have to take whatever the result.
I have in mind to the aggressiveness and active employee of the company.
The contestant who was not really showing sort of color.
Which one of those three candidates might have the better potential rather than the skill?
The scores from the first and second challenges have been added up, and the contender with the lowest score will be eliminated. Jungwon, you had the lowest score in the first challenge. Do you think you've earned enough points to make that up?
I actually am not sure. I can't even imagine right now. So.
Not enough confidence right there. All right, please show us the scores. Congratulations, Junghyun. You are moving on to the final round today. And Jungwon and Hosuk, only one of you will be joining him. Let's find out who that will be. Please show us their scores.
Wow. This...
Hosuk, I'm happy for you, but you made another sad face. Why is that? For Jungwon.
Another my friend again. I mean, we're almost tied. I think she did a great job. I'm pretty sure she'll find another place that she can work for in the future, because she's a bright and a very talented person.
Jungwon, you lost by 1 point. Where do you think you lost that point? That
Maybe
one
my PR
crucial
that I
point?
didn't get my enough score, but wow, this is honestly disappointing, but I have to say I'm really glad that I could have this opportunity. And I actually have had fun here and also learned more about Hanwha Chemical. And I will definitely apply again.
And like you said, you are still too young, so
still young.
you still have your chance.
Still young.
Let's give Jungwon a big round of applause. So the last two contenders have been decided. You have a 50-50 chance of becoming the newest addition to the Hanwha Chemical team. And who will be the last man standing? We'll find out shortly in the final round.
I didn't want to expect too much that I'll be crying, but I'm happy. You made it this far and you're just this close to be the winning contender. So Watching both of you.
And I'm gonna show myself, and if I am the right person, Hana will take me.
I'll just enjoy this challenging, and I love to have the opportunity. Thank you.
4 weeks have passed since we first started our long journey to find the newest sales recruit at Hanwha Chemical, and now we're just moments away from finding out just who that will be.
Yes, we've been on a long ride right now, and we're down to the final 2. We started with many, down to 8, and now at the last week down to 2. So, Junghyun,
Yes,
are you going to make the final?
of course I will.
Wow. Hoseok, are you going to be the final one chosen?
I wish I could be the final one, but I just try my best and see what I got.
Wow, much more humble response.
Well, the final challenge is probably the most nerve-wracking. It's the in-depth interviews with the judges. Judges, fire away.
Hoseok, simple question for you. Do you enjoy working inside the office or outside the office?
Well, honestly, and from my perspective, I haven't decided yet because it's not my decision first. But if I have a choice, I have to see the task itself and what will be the necessary performance I have to perform. So if the work requires me to do work in the outside, surely I'll work at the outside. It doesn't bother me working 24 hours, 48 hours, because I've been doing it for my past years, for my college and internships, and also military service. So that's my answer.
The question to Changhyun. We know that you're confident through the presentation, which I had a little bit of question whether those were unexpected challenges, but your demeanor and your presentation shows that you're confident. If we can take a peek on the other side, from a friend and also from a boss that you have worked with, if we have them talk about your shortcomings, tell us what they would say.
My friend will tell me that I'm stubborn. I usually don't change I change my decision, but the thing is, I always put it into action. Some says that you can just predict that you're gonna fail, but I just do it because there's something you can learn it from it, and it's really exciting if you're not scared of failure. And in case of my boss used to say that you're too friendly. You communicate with your employees too much, and you take care of them too much. It might sound like that I'm very nice and good, but for a workplace, he mentioned that sometimes you have to be strict. You have to think only about the work. And if I have my junior or my lower rank, even though they are having bad day, I have to make them to do the mission. But because I'm too friendly and I like hanging out with people and listening to them and talking with them, that's what my boss told me when I was in the army.
And those were the severe criticisms?
Just can't think right now. I just cannot think about severe reaction from my friends because maybe my friends
I think you just answered my question.
Okay.
Hoseok, your major is accounting.
Yes, sir.
Do you stick to work in that area in the company?
If the chance is given, I'll be happy to utilize my skills that I have achieved for the last 6 years. But I'm also willing to work in a different field, as I had an internship at another company as a global marketer. So I love that position too. So as I said already, I'm willing to go over any department that you guys require.
And Junghyun,
Yes, sir.
I feel your gesture is a little exaggerated, and you have loud voice. I'm worrying about it may cause some problem in the company with your senior, with your boss. How do you think about it?
The funny thing is that every interview that I go, I told Hosuk and everyone, even Arirang TV interview to do the contenders, they asked same thing. And when I went to different company, they asked same thing. And now I'm quite prepared for that question. And the,
Oh, is that if that's good, I cancel my question.
the thing I said was, I always listen to the seniors because there's always something to learn. They have the experiences, and I have to get it from them. And it is their ability, and they have done working for like 3 or 4 more years. And the thing I told the Arirang TV is, I love the Army. I love getting tasked, getting the things I have to do, a straightforward task so I could challenge. So I usually listen to the seniors, even though I disagree. I listen to them first and wait until I become that position. And then I change my mind. But before I'm senior, I'm gonna always listen to the seniors to get the experience, get the skills, get the knowledge.
In saying that, you still have a loud voice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. Thank you, judges, for your inquisitive questioning. And what we do now is we give each of you gentlemen the opportunity to tell, you get 30 seconds, to tell the employees and our panel over here why you need to be chosen. And Hosuk, we'll start with you.
Well, without responsibility, there will be no harvest. And such a principle has led me to this position right now. I have experience from the other work environment. Now I know deep in my heart, this is the only time to strengthen my shoulders. I'm sure that I'm highly motivated to add the value by working with a great team like yours and ready to embark into a great journey. Thank you.
For 4 weeks, Hanwha and Arirang TV tested me. Quizzes, PTs, and debates. Hanwha Chemical knows me. I want to go to a company that knows me very well. You guys even seen the video of me from baby to present. I want to go to a company that knows me very well, and I know. Hanwha Chemical is a company that I really want to go.
Thank you.
Obviously, we have 2 very different men on our hands, almost the opposite. Junghyun, you're very confident, full of yourself, a bit cocky maybe. And Hosuk, you are more thoughtful and you put others before you. And so we'll find out just who the judges and Hanwha Chemical employees will choose. We'll find out shortly.
The winner has kind of fit with that description the most. I think that's the difference between this close competition.
The 2 of them are very, very competitive. Both very excellent.
Well, the results are in. We do know who the winner is. However, before we announce the winners, Hosuk, if you win, what are you going to do today? Who's the first person you're going to call?
Surely with my mother.
Starting with your mother.
Yeah, well, she's been dedicated for her whole life for me so far. So I just like to appreciate her. Yeah.
Junghyun, who would you call? Who's the first person you're going to call and tell?
My father.
Okay, if you lose, who's the first person you're going to call?
My mother.
Okay, there you have it.
The winner of this month's contenders will be announced by the president and CEO of Hanwha Chemical, Mr. Hong Gi-jun. Please go ahead.
Well, Junghyun.
Yes, sir.
So your attitude during this presentation and this session is very aggressive and very active, but I worry about whether you will fit the culture of our company. As I questioned just before, and For Hosok, your attitude is very stable, but unfortunately, we are looking for the manpower for overseas business. So your major is accounting. You stick to keep that position in the company as your career path. So finally, we decide to select. So finally, we decide to select Jung Hyun Song as the winner. Congratulations.
You seem a bit surprised. Are you surprised?
Yes, I'm surprised. I was actually trying to express myself throughout the competition so I could get the concentration from the judges and all the audience, but I really didn't know that I'm gonna win. I usually don't cry, but making videos and the ads and preparing everything, at the midnight, mind pop up that I could cry while if I'm the winner, but just in case my father might watch this video and he won't like it, I just can't. I don't know if there's a word to express my feelings, really.
Well, just as a word of advice, call your mom first.
Okay, I will.
Hosuk, congratulations on a well-fought, all from the beginning. You kind of started off again, not doing so well at the first one, but then you fought all the way back to the very end. So thanks for coming out, and any parting words?
I'm very grateful that I'm here right now. I think Jung Hyun really deserves to be a winner because I have seen him performing his work during the competitions. And I'm not the winner this time, but I'm still on a great journey. And I try to keep pursuing my dream and see what's really inside of me. And just for last word, I'm very grateful that I made a lot of friends. I believe my mentor and my friends were a great asset for my life. Thank you.
Well, next week is the start of a new adventure here at Contenders. We'll be starting a new series with Korea's most well-established travel company, Hanwha Tour. So it's going to be another exciting journey, so be sure to tune in. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.
It was like for a month, my month's journey. And there's a lot to learn and a lot that I've experienced, new experiences, and I think it was a great chance for me to grow as a better person.
It was very grateful. And I made a lot of assets, which has made my friends and my mentor. I'll try to keep pursuing my journey and see what I have. And in the end, I'll make it succeed. Thank you.
I'm really happy that I am the last one, and I'm gonna work for Hanwha Chemical. I'm gonna work hard, and I'm not gonna make Hanwha Chemical regret that they picked me. Thank you, Hanwha Chemical. Thank you, Arirang TV. Thank you, Contenders. Thank you.
On the next Contenders, it's time to find a new recruit for Hanwha Tour. A growing global travel industry like Hanwha Tour warrants an employee of equal global standards. Contestants will fight for that position, and one will win. Check out the new Contenders coming soon.